out there.
That's right. Now that the window for entering is closed, be sure to check back here next week when the 2K community will vote to decide the winner in each category.
Good luck, and we will see you back here next Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
See ya.
Good luck. Bye.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And making our way toward the finish line, this is a great time to check out the new power rankings. You take a look at the Warriors. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right now, Chicago, they've been fighting through some things, pushing to find answers. But they do remain a dangerous team that others probably still fear playing.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. At small forward and power forward, Porter and Young. The general is out there with Levine, and it's Carter in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's Harrell in at the center position. Brent, talk about the length of a season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's the general, off target at the rim. On the wing, Williams, guarded by Porter. Williams passes to Harrell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harrell. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
And both free throws good for Harrell.
The compliment that Harrell gets often is the fact that he's just so tireless a worker, and that energy is something that both coaching staffs and teammates appreciate.
Here's the general. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Lakers. There's the pass to Levine. Shot clock at 5 over Williams. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And here are the Bulls now. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. No good from the General.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
For Chicago, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Left side, Levine. Pass to the General. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Kev, I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
The Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
That free throw good from the General. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Here's the General, Paul George, making his last shot. Here's the General, a dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking. His touch has left him in this quarter, nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Chicago shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good. And so he hits both. Here's Williams. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Utah. Kicks to Beverly. Leonard against Young. Fires, high post, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Now the offense sort of works itself out to a lot of mid-range shots, and Kawhi getting dangerous from that spot.
Outside, Porter. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's the General, defended by Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and the shot is good. And that's now 7 points for the General. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Tries from 10, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Here's the General. He's got 7. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. The General's got 9.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Williams passes to Leonard. The 19-foot shot. Here's Harrell, and he converts the layup.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound, crucial to this offense and his production.
Here's the General, defended by Beverly. No good from the General.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Chicago trailing here. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk to Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. There are few players more gifted athletically than Zach LaVine. The coach made it clear their focus is trying to contain him offensively. Good luck with trying to keep him between the ball and the basket.
Thanks, David. And here is Los Angeles now, after the Bulls pick up 2. Leonard, no luck.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Pass to LaVine. Here's the General. He's got 11. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 13 points in the game.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. Do you ever think that's going to happen?
I don't understand what the divisions are, do you?
Well, no. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, that could be something that goes away soon.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Jermichael Green comes in for Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Williams. Then for the Bulls, Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young. Valentine comes in for Porter. And it's wide in for Zach LaVine. Now here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. George with the ball. Now defended by Markkanen. Chicago leading by 3. Here's the General. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Passes it to Zubac. Now, here's Shamet. He's tightly guarded. He kicks to George. Back to Shamet. And it's good, 2 points.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. Clippers trail by 5. And there's the pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Outside, George. From 12 feet out. Good as the jump shot falls. George has got his second bucket tonight.
His range goes out a lot further, but didn't need to on that possession.
Carter outside. Pass to the General. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Yeah, it's good to see him with this free throw percentage up over 80.
Free throw good from the General. free throws good from the General. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers, trailing by 5. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
You know, we talk about gutsy wins, and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not shoot it well, that's a steal during a regular season.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
The Bulls leading by 3. Here's the General. It's hauled in by Zubac.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. For Chicago, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. Free throw, no good for Markkanen.
No doubt about the potential that Markkanen has. He just needs to keep improving, especially on the defensive end.
Marjanovic checked in for Zubac. Murray's checked in for Chicago. Satoransky comes in for the General. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Well, that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Beverly with the ball. Out guarded by Murray. From 11 feet away. And it's Beverly missing.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
No coverage that time.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
Murray against George. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Will return shortly. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Jermichael Green is out there with Marjanovic, and it's George. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. And White kicks to Murray. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Sadaransky looking around. Clock at 6. Shoots over Marjanovic. Sadaransky gets the bucket. Sadaransky's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bulls.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And the Clippers call time here. Brett, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category, Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. For the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. The Bulls also changing it up. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Denzel Valentine. And Antonio Blakeney is subbed in for White. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Lou Williams. Here's Blakeney. He's guarded by Williams. Floats one up. Great D that time from Harrell.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Murray, following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. The Bulls shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Throw good, Murray. And so Murray nails both of them. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Williams passes to Harrell. Second chance shot. Not going to go that time. Good defensive work there by Young. And so Sadaransky will bring it up for the Bulls. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Pass to Blakeney. Baseline J on the way, and too long on the shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Williams trying to break free, and he banks in the layup. Shamet's got his second basket of the game.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense. Think about Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Porter's checked in for Murray. Dean comes in for Antonio Blakeney. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Satoransky. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
How about the shooting stroke from Markkanen, appearing very comfortable pulling the trigger from deep.
And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because every night when you go out on the floor with him, you know what you're going to get. A guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
Here's Young, following the score by Lou Williams. And Young kicks to Arcidiacono. 6 to shoot. All alone. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there. Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now here's Levine. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Three-pointer, Markkanen, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Clippers trail by 7. Outside Williams. The 3 doesn't go that time. And it's Chicago the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Here's Levine. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Arcidiacono. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Poked loose. Taken away by Williams. Shamet with it. And it's Carter picking him up. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Levine, good. Here's Williams. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. With some arc, Carter pulls it in. The Bulls leading by 7. And finished off by Porter.
And being 6'8", dunking, not an issue for Porter. All he needs is good position, and he's good to go.
Now, here's Shamet. Guarded by Levine, and that one's good. Shamet.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Arcidiacono, the pass to Porter. Passes it to Arcidiacono. Outside, Levine. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Shamet. Offensive rebound.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And it's Leonard missing. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Utah Jazz. Porter passes to Carter. And the rejection by Zubac.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Bulls have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And that one falls for Carter. And Los Angeles with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Then for the Bulls. with 1 on the clock. Oh, he got it!
Are you kidding me, Kevin, from there?
How in the world did that go in?
Did he even see the basket from there?
I love that.
Oh, man.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Bulls lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions about the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Che, 1 sec.
What up, Coach?
Nice work on D. The guys are really feeding off of you.
Thanks, Coach. I'm trying.
I see that. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And you know the General has been really making it happen, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. Young and Carter are the big men inside. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's the General in at point. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the General in his last time out against the Lakers played very well. He tallied 25 points, and his aggressiveness allowed him to make an impact in the charity stripe as well. And that's what we've become accustomed to. He just seems to have an extra gear that lets him take over games. We'll see if that gear is clicking again tonight. Kevin?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, he was sensational the other night, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
Well, he can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Leonard.
He hasn't been at his best this month from a defensive standpoint. He's not being as aggressive as he needs to be, and it's bringing his steal numbers way down.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's the General, defended by Beverley. The pass to the General. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Kept alive. Here's Leonard. Nails the baby hook. Leonard's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's the General. Trying to get open as Carter. No good from the General.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Pass to Carter. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Harrell. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. George with the bucket.
Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's the general, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Marjanovic checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Bulls. Markkanen's checked in. Williams dishes to George. Outside Leonard goes up at the stripe. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. For three, Williams. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his third foul of the game. Ryan Arcidiacono now checked in for Porter. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Bulls. It's a one-point game. Here's the general. Great D that time from Harrell.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Williams with the steal. From the arc. Here's Marjanovic. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Thaddeus Young.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Green's checked in. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 6. Arcidiacono, the pass to the general. The dive for the ball. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Antonio Blakeney's checked in for the Bulls. Satoransky comes in for the general. Here's Markkanen. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. Satoransky against George. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Satoransky. Outside Williams. Pass to George. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Chicago's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Satoransky gets the bucket.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Marjanovic finds Williams. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Arcidiacono. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. First one falls for him. The Bulls making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. And it's tied up with that one.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
The Clippers have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And the first one at the line is good.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Chicago making a switch here. White's checked in. And both free throws good for Paul George. The Bulls have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. And White kicks to Blakeney. With the second effort, Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Passes it to Zubac. On the wing, George. Shot clock at 6. Over Markkanen. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. That's now 22 points for George. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. The pass to Markkanen. And here is Satoransky. From 12 feet out. It's hauled in by Zubac. Now Williams. He's got 6. Pass to George. Zubac with it. Outside, Green. Stolen by Satoransky. Now here's Valentine. Defended by George. And here is Valentine. He averages about 5 points a game. Satoransky against Zubac for the lead. Green with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Green. Now here's Williams. Launches it. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Valentine, and the rejection by Marjanovic. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And the Clippers call time here. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in, and the Bulls making a change here as well. Carter, he's checked in for Antonio Blakeney. And so here are the Clippers. Green passes to Zubac. Pass to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Beverly. From deep three-point range. The shot misses, and the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Valentine. He has 5. White the pass to Markkanen. Carter on the wing, guarded by Green. White dishes to Valentine. Over Williams. Valentine's shot, good. Valentine's got 7.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's George. He's covered closely. And the pass to Beverly. Shoots the 3. No good that time. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Bulls ending the 3rd quarter on a 12-4 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Green. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And George with the stop.
A good chance to see Paul George burst that time.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Floats one, and then Carter with the dunk.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Leonard attacking over Porter. That one a little long. Chicago leading. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. The Clippers shooting in this game 45%. George against Satoransky. George passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
I love how active Paul George is right now. He's sharing the ball, he's involving his teammates, and stepping into this nice, comfortable leadership role here tonight.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Bulls also changing it up. Lean comes in for Satoransky, and it's the general in for White. Here's the general, defended by Beverly. Here's the general, and that one good. The general's got 27.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Levine against Harrell. The 3 from George. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's the general. He's covered by Leonard. Here's the general. Green with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Right at the free throw line. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's the general. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. first one falls. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Chicago. Both free throws good from the General. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Chicago leading by 4. And stolen by Harrell. George with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, which ways tonight has Paul George not made an impact in this game? A one-man wrecking crew.
And the shot drops as they pick up 2 points from the General. The General's got 31 points. And here is Los Angeles now. Now George. Knocked away. Young with the steal. Here's the General, defended by Beverly, and then Carter with the dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Beverly, outside for George. And again, the turnover by the Clippers.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Lou Williams is checked in for Green. Young passes to Porter. Here's the General, defended by Beverly. Clock at 6, and stolen by Harrell. And here comes Leonard, leading the fast break, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Here's the General. That one goes in. The General's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Clippers trail by 6. Leonard looking around.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line.
Well, we've seen it. We've seen Kawhi Leonard mature and improve right before our very eyes. But one area where he was already pretty good was coming in at the free throw line.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team, Greg.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, the General.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
The second effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. The Generals got 16 here in the second half.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Williams kicks to Harrell. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
Outside, Porter. Outside, Levine. Wide open. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from the General.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
To the left side wing. Outside Leonard. He feeds it to Williams. Count it.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For Chicago, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's the General, defended by Beverly. Six to shoot. Leonard with the steal. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Chicago's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's the General, defended by Beverly. Thaddeus Young on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Levine inside the three-point line. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Bulls lead by 2.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
In the corner, George with it. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 6 assists now in the game.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter. Paul George can get it going from distance.
Young's shot is off. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Beverly for 3. It's rebounded by the General. The Bulls have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. That one doesn't drop. Big D that time from Harrell. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Williams can't get it to go. And Chicago's shooting has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%. Bean passes to the General. There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Markkanen, he's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Good from the General.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the General. That is his first foul of the game. George against Levine. A shot by George. Wide open. Wide open shot is on the money. George has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles. And so the timeout here by Jim Boylan. 1:07 left to play in the final quarter. Here's the General, defended by Beverly. The General passes to Carter. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the General. No good there. 8D that time from Harold. In the corner, George with it. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's the General. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Got it!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 2. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, we're listening in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And so they foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And in flashes, LaVine has shown he can be a star. Now he has to put it all together on a consistent basis.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 4. 12 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
Twelve seconds left in the game. Pass to Beverly. Leonard from deep, 3-point land. They get it back. Outside for George. It drops.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're in front by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. So the big win by Chicago in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that about wraps it up. So for Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left, right here in the middle, I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now to head down to the locker room for our post-game interview.
Hey, this is Kenny, man. You've been pretty much unstoppable with the last few games. What's the difference over this stretch?
Oh, man, the difference is got to be the fans. So many people encourage me on a daily basis. They send me inspirations. Now, I know a lot of players out there say they ignore stuff said about them on the social, but now let's be real. How do you not see that? I've gotten a lot of love over this last stretch. People excited, you know, they see me. It's a good thing.
Okay.
They just want to be a part of it.
Okay, I like that. Keeping it real.
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.
Hey, listen up. All right, game ball. Y'all know we don't do this every night, but when someone has an exceptional performance, we like to recognize it. So, Che,
what?
You put in work tonight, man.
Chill, man.
It's a great game.
That's what's
I
up,
appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys, man. Look, yo, let's keep doing what we're doing, all right? I appreciate that, man. Yeah. All right, Vinny, what you got for me?
Close game, Che. Why do you think you weren't able to put these guys away sooner?
I mean, Vinny, that's a good team over there, man. They move the ball, they play solid defense, and they've got a good coach. Plus, they play hard for each other. So that's a tough combination, man.
No concern over how close you let them keep it?
How close? That's funny, man. Look, a win is a win, man. I'll take them however I can get them.
What do you think the key was to your hot scoring tonight?
Making smart decisions, being decisive, knowing where my shots are supposed to come from, and not hesitating when I've got the advantage.